unflinching desire to keep competing, Jan Hudec's resilience was rewarded last weekend when he picked up a bronze medal. See that thing? In the Super G, giving Canada its first alpine skiing Olympic medal in 20 years. He made his trek back from Russia. He's kindly joined us this morning, and along with the medal, he's brought his most prized possession, I would think. His mom, Vladdy, has joined us as well. You guys are so cute together. It's like constant sparring, but it's clear you adore one another. How proud are you, Mom?
I'm very proud.
We fight all the time.
In a good way, though.
Yeah, totally.
It's clear that you love each other very much. I know that you got a hero's welcome when you arrived in Calgary yesterday at the airport, and the first person that you went for was your mother. Tell us what it was like getting off of that plane and arriving here.
It was absolutely crazy. A friend of mine actually works at traffic control at Air Canada, so she sent a note to the pilots, and they brought out a little printed out piece of paper. So like before I even got off the plane, people were like freaking out on the plane a little bit, and then all the Air Canada ladies wanted pictures. So it took us like half an hour to get from the plane to actually down to the stairs where my mom and everyone else was waiting. And just the energy and everything and the buzz was just absolutely crazy and really humbling. For sure.
And Vladdy, you were there, and I understand that people started an impromptu version of O Canada as well. Is that true?
Yes, actually Candice and Lauren Weber started to sing, and I just felt that was completely appropriate, and then the whole crowd was singing with us, and I think that was a very proud moment for me. Well, I felt like I was in the finish line in Sochi.
What was that like for you to watch?
Very emotional because the road has been so long, and to see actually all the hard work to come to fruition, I cannot describe my feeling. I was very happy, and I was watching it with my friends, and of course everyone was crying and jumping up. And I think, you know, everybody who works hard deserves something at the end of the day, but watching my son working so hard for his medal, it was very special to watch.
Many athletes have overcome adversity and injury, but you, I think, have gone through more than most. Were there times after various injuries where you said, you know what, my body just can't take this anymore?
Definitely. I mean, for some reason, after or during every injury, I just, you know, sometimes had questions of why, or, you know, questions that lots of people go through when they, you know, go through adversity, but at the same time, I, for some reason, always just knew that I was supposed to keep going, and just having that faith was something that kept me going through those tough times. I think the toughest one was definitely blowing my back out January 8th of this year after feeling like so fit, probably the best I've felt in years, and just totally able, and I just knew I could go for a podium every race that I went to. And then January 8th, you know, like basically a month out of the games, less than a month out of the games, to blow my back out, I was just like, I was coming, you know, almost at wit's end, and I wasn't sure if I'd make it back on time, and the downhill was still kind of so-so, and I knew I had another week to rest before the Super G, and I just took every advantage to get my back better, and physio and all the rest, and implemented all my stuff to get me ready for that race. And when I was standing in the start gate, it was just, you know, destiny.
It was destiny. Now, we're going to talk more about Sochi and that particular race, but before we let your mom go, just talk a little bit about the support that you received from her and from your family as you came up as an elite athlete.
Huge. I mean, it started when I was... Pardon me? No, it was, I mean, obviously from day one. I mean, what my parents did to come to Canada when I was 5, you know, fleeing the Czech Republic when I was 10 months old, or Czechoslovakia at the time. Everything to kind of focusing our entire life revolving around skiing, and opportunities for me to get better and have better opportunities to compete at a high level. And it just, like, my life growing up just always seemed like this feeling of, yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and that's where I'm going to go. And it was just, our entire life was revolving around that, and making it easy for me to do exactly that, just train and ski and believe that one day I was going to make it. So there wasn't really ever a crazy like aha moment. It was just, this was reality, and here we go. And the whole thing just rolled and rolled, and it rolled for a pretty long time. Probably stressed my parents out that it took this long, but I always knew that it would happen. I just had to have the patience.
Well, Vladdy, an incredible son, and you're clearly an incredible person. Thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome.
It's so lovely to meet you. More with Jan coming up after the break. Again, Jan Hudec with his bronze medal. His mom's still off to the side. And Jan, there's a great story about a lucky loonie. Now, there are lucky loonies that have been buried in various places during Olympic Games. You have a special lucky loonie. Show it to us. Well, for all intents and purposes, a
It's a non-lucky
nondescript
loonie.
lucky loonie. But it has significance to you. It's a 2012?
Yes.
Okay, and it's from...
actually, Max Gardner, my agent, sent it to me through his wife, who came to Sochi to commentate for CBC, and she gave it to me the morning of the training before the race, and we thought, you know, why not bury a loonie on the finish line? And we have that tradition in Lake Louise at the World Cup. It's usually an official or a friend of ours. And with the security and everything happening in Sochi, I was really the only person that could bury it. So after my training run in my tights, I hiked back up to the finish line really quickly and dug a hole and buried this before anyone could say anything.
You have to sneak, right? You have to sneak kind of and do that?
I'm wearing like bright colored spandex, so
sneak as much as you possibly can.
I tried to sneak, but no one really noticed what I was doing, and they probably didn't know I was burying a loonie. And
why did you want that one? Because every athlete is sent a lucky loonie from the Canadian Mint, but you wanted to bury that particular one.
I didn't really have a preference. This was the one that was sent to me, and then it wasn't a specific loonie. It was somewhere from Max or somewhere down the street.
But
who knows?
It's a loonie, right?
But it's a loonie.
It's a loonie.
And it's got the maple leaf on it. It's got the loon. Has the queen.
It's
a legitimate loonie. And it's from 2012. And I just thought that was cool because the last 2 years really simple, you know, like almost, you know, the last 2 years of my life have really been like a culmination of a lot of things and a lot of hard work and crazy times, and to have it finished like this is pretty cool.
Okay, so take us to the start of that fateful race for you. What does it take to get in the zone? Like, what has to all come together for you?
I mean, for me, the biggest thing is being physically ready. And obviously, after I hurt my back, that was a huge challenge. Like, it was almost like, okay, my knees are good now. I can ski the way I want to ski. My whole, you know, first part of the season was just absolutely incredible, and I actually felt like I could ski to my full potential. And then after I hurt my back, I was just like back to square one. How the heck am I going to do this? And I had a week after the downhill, like I said, to get ready, and you know, literally the day before the race, I started feeling, that was like the first time I started feeling confident about the race. And then I woke up to the day of the race, and I just didn't have too many aches and pains, and just felt confident to ski to my potential. And that's really my biggest thing, is being physically ready. And just stand on that start gate and look out. It was sunny, and just everything was coming together, and I knew I had to take advantage of that and go for it.
And boy, is Canada proud of you, and what an incredible medal it is. It's very heavy, by the way.
Thank you.
Now, Jan has a very busy day ahead. In fact, well, a very busy, probably few months. I know you're heading back to Europe. But today, Jan is sharing his bronze at Canada Olympic Park at the Frank King Day Lodge. You can, well, share it, as in you can see it and you can touch it. You can't have it. From noon until 2, more information at breakfasttelevision.ca. We wish you all the best. You come back anytime, and we love having you on the show.
Thanks, Tara. Appreciate it.
We're gonna